All right, so everybody, right now it's sharp at 10 o'clock right here. So good evening, everybody watching this from my Brintis Facebook page or from wherever you are. So my name is Wesley Chan here, and we have my co-host here today, Lawrence is here. Lawrence, you say hi to our friends.
Laura, hello, everybody. Good evening. Nice
And
to
all,
see you all again.
all right, so good to be back here again. And of course, we have our guest speaker today, we have Mr. Sudha. Sudha, you want to say hi to our friends?
Hey, hi guys, good evening.
All right. So thank you so much for joining this show right here. Appreciate your time. And for those of you watching right now, so welcome to our late night show with Wesley and Lawrence. As today, our topic here today is converting appointment from offline to online, and especially very useful in conjunction with sales and marketing breakthrough week. And today we're going to talk about how can we convert our appointment from offline to online in order for us to help us to boost and create breakthrough in our sales. So before we officially start, we'd like to invite all of you here to like and share this video so we can benefit many more people watching this out here right now. All right. And of course, we're going to soon begin. So if you want to call your friend, tag your friend, say hi to all of us here. As we're going to begin kickstart right now into how can we convert our appointment from offline to online. All right. So one more time, thank you so much for joining, Sudha. All right. So just before we officially start, Sudha, would you mind just to like tell a little bit of your background and what do you do?
Okay, first and foremost, thanks a lot, Wesley and Lauren, giving me the opportunity to share. I'm very honored to do so. Well, if you look at my simple background, would be I completed my degree in engineering, and then I was pretty much working for a manufacturing company or in the manufacturing industry for almost 7 years. Then I embarked my journey into the insurance industry with Boost Consulting. That was somewhere mid 2013. And Boost Consulting is an insurance LLC which we have a few strategic partners which are Allianz, Takaful Ikhlas, and also Zurich Takaful.
Okay. So yeah, is that all? Anything else that you want to just shout out?
Pretty much a career shift from engineering into insurance.
All right.
Exciting move.
Actually, when you say engineering, I'm like, oh my god, I was an engineer too.
Oh yeah, man, it's fun.
It's fun, right? I was a chemical engineer.
Oh, okay, I did electronics.
Okay. So that very very much right here. Thank you very much again. So we got a friend saying hi to you. Stephen saying hi to you. Sudha,
Okay.
Stephen is here.
Hi.
We have Jana also here today saying hi to you as well.
Hey, hi. Hi
All right,
guys.
Stephen is here. So Stephen say hi to Wesley, Lawrence, and Sudha. Thank you very much, Stephen. So you're like one of the top supporters that we have. Salute you, right? Okay. So let's get into it right now. Okay, so curious from our end here. So my question to you, since you're in the insurance industry, so how has it been? How are things different now, before, during, and even after MCO, after COVID? So what do you foresee? What are the differences that you feel?
It depends on from which angle you're looking at. So I would break it down maybe to 3 or 4 categories. First would be on awareness of insurance. Second would be that your self improvement.
Yep.
Third would be more on your business opportunity.
Yep.
And fourth would be sales. I mean, if you go into these 4 main criteria, of course, there would be some differences from pre, during, and post. So let's take the first thing would be on awareness. Well, Malaysia has always been aware that insurance is important. But to what extent, I think at this point of time, they really understand the real importance of insurance. And the beauty part is that insurance is a solution for a problem. And this is a moment where the real problem exists, and it's a pandemic. So, I mean, it's very difficult for you to say no to insurance, and it usually comes to a point where it's a common necessity. And post-COVID, I believe it's going to be a thriving industry. A lot of people are really going to look into insurance as a solution to solve the problem. So, if you're looking into awareness-wise in Malaysia, it's definitely better now. And again, it's a pandemic which is not favoring us, but for insurance, people in the industry, I think it's a good thing. So that's on awareness. Second, we look into on a business opportunity point of view. A lot of people don't look into insurance as a business. A lot of taboo around it. But now, people are more receptive. When I say receptive means, right, I'm referring me back to majority or most of them are actually have lost their job. or some of them even have gone to an extent of 50% salary reduction, or some even don't even have a job now. So there's always a question: is what is your plan B? When I say plan B, right, I mean it's all about what happens if you lose your job. So before this, we only been pitching the idea, oh, insurance is a good platform where you can look into a secondary source of income. Why don't you consider it? But there was no push factor for them. You always pull them, but there was no push factor for them to really look into plan B. Again, I'm not saying insurance is the best platform to look into, but it's available there. So as business opportunity for us in the business, this is where you can attract your recruitment, I would say, your manpower can increase. And yeah, it is eventually increasing. And post, I would assume it's going to be the same thing. Because people will be very receptive on looking into secondary source of income. The whole idea is because they know they are on the verge of losing their job, which is your salary. So that's on your business opportunity. So looking into the third point, sales. Yes, of course. There's an impact in your sales. I can't deny the fact. I mean, pre-COVID, business as usual. At this junction, I might be lying as well if I say that there's no, I mean, its sales are great. I mean, it is not as great as how it used to be. There is an impact, there is a dip. But that doesn't mean that you just have to give up. So during this duration, I think it depends on how you look at it. If you're someone who's very positive and looking into it as an opportunity, it's a good opportunity. If you're someone that say, oh, cannot, then it's. So sales-wise, for me, it's always good. And the last one would be self-improvement. Okay, because I always struggle to have time to do the things that I want to do before this. So I mean, it's not easy to get the time to do the things like, example, like reading, picking up a new skill, or soft skills, or technical skill. It was never there. And if an individual, especially insurance agent now, I mean, you're not you can't go out and meet people, correct? You're confined to an area. So if you don't use this COVID environment or this lockdown to self-improve yourself, it's a total waste. You even can pick up a language, pick up Mandarin, or pick up Tamil, or pick up French, or Spanish, or whatever. At least make yourself better. And eventually when you practice this now, eventually post-COVID, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to practice the habits. Pick up reading, start exercising, eat healthy, start cooking. So if you look into that 4 areas, right, I would say these are the key differences that you're going to see. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yeah, I think you have actually answered it very precisely, very deeply. Different things or different scenarios of what is happening before and during, and hopefully soon enough will be after, right? So actually, I of course, that my brother is definitely with you in the same team, with you guys, and I've seen the energy. I've actually met up with your founder as well before, so I've seen how your team, how my brother himself grow, right? So and I do see the certain effects during COVID and etc. So that actually leads to my next question. You actually mentioned about, of course, sales are affected during this moment. So people definitely are confined, but there are some naughty people that they don't listen. They still go out. But generally, our Malaysians are we stay at home. We can't go out. We can't meet up with our clients, or we can't even meet up with our potential clients or people that we want to reach out to. So, Sudha, can you just tell us what are some common challenges faced by your team? Maybe you want to enlighten us. How big is your team? How many people are you managing at the moment?
So if you're looking at how big the team, if you're looking collectively, I am working with closely about 10 to 15 people. But if you're looking in the CIMA group, it's much more bigger than that.
Yes, correct.
So the biggest challenge that everyone in the insurance industry is facing now, I mean, even myself, is how to bring in sales.
Correct.
Because lockdown has given us a big restriction in movement. Can't move. And we in the sales line, you need to meet people.
Yes.
And also, I mean, so that is one biggest challenge. But I feel that in anything that you do, you're definitely going to come into some challenges. And if you're not smart enough to adapt, adaptation is something that someone or everyone needs to have. If you're not smart enough to adapt that to that environment to make that a new norm, then it's going to be super challenging. And what are the things that can be done to change it? I think pretty much we're going to share. I mean, I'm going to talk about this moving forward. I'm going to share some tips maybe to be can be useful for you all, for those people out there that can be used to improve their sales. So again, the number one challenge would be sales. How to bring in new business since I can't meet people.
Exactly. So thank you so much. And I want to keep the suspense to a little bit later. We are still very early to the night. So before, we go a bit later, all your tips, let's just hold on to it. And I'm sure people are very interested to listen to you. But before we go to that, the next question I would like to ask, like you said, everybody now is online. Everybody is trying to learn up some skills. Everybody, like even like myself, my printers, we have not been on doing Facebook Lives, So now because of this, we are doing it. So is it actually possible to convert all your sales appointments, calls from offline to online? And until the part where you need to close the sales, are you actually able to actually improve, innovate? I mean, change it, from offline to online.
Okay, to convert every single thing, I think may not be possible.
Okay.
Okay. So let me give you coming to the fundamental of insurance sales, right? It's all about numbers. Okay. A certain specific numbers that you have to meet in order to achieve your sales. So it starts from your dials and then your number of appointments and then presentation and then moving to sales. And I'm in the industry for almost 7 or 8 years. So I'm well versed on what needs to be done on a normal environment.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. I mean, everyone knows. So if you just randomly ask any insurance agent what is the closing ratio, what you need to do, everyone will give you the answer. Now, when you ask this question to me now at this junction where we have lockdown, it's super tricky because none of them have a good testimony or a good result in saying that, okay, this is what you need to do.
Sure.
And furthermore, to answer that, have I managed to convert sales? Yes. Yes, I did. That there are sales which came in. But what is my closing ratio? It's very difficult, it's very premature. When I say premature, it's a very infant stage because you see, I'm operating my business online, doing online sales for the last 2 months, around 2 months pre-lockdown. So to use the 2 months data to justify saying, look here, I have a super recipe which you can follow and use, it's very difficult because I do believe in this. You need some statistics, some chunk of data for you to conclude.
Sure.
And also, if you never try, you never know. So end of the day, can you do sales online? Yes. And the beauty part here is that most insurance companies are already allowing remote sales. So means consumers can purchase insurance online, remotely. It's not face-to-face over Zoom or Google Hangout without physically meeting them. So it's possible. So then you already have the one obstacle done for you. So means there's no obstacle for you to close the case. I mean, it's possible, so you can sign up. So the question is, are you going to try or not? If you don't try, you never know. So yeah, it's possible, Lawrence. It's possible. But do I have the exact figure? Not yet. Not yet.
Sure.
Okay. I like the part that when you acknowledge that the data is just 2 months and you are. I mean, despite you closing sales, converting sales, but you never said, "Hey, this thing works." I like the humble part of you, which I think resonates with people. So let me just take some time to just say hi to some of your friends. So we got Megat Alia saying hi to you. Steady, Suda.
Hey, Megat.
So we got Alias, right? So we got Lou Steven saying hi to you as well. Okay, give you a smiley face. We have Elviana L Joe say hi all. Okay. So we have Yan Tang who's also here, one of our very loyal followers that we have.
Okay.
We got Susan Marie.
I know her.
Yeah, Suda. All right, good, fantastic. Okay, here comes the part that I really want to learn from you as well. And I like the part that because you've been in the industry for the past 7, 8 years. So what we would like to hear is, so the way we do our sales and marketing breakthrough week, we always want to ask people like you, our guest speakers, what are some steps? What are some very actionable, practical steps coming to this? So my question to you is, how are appointments and sales can be made online? do you have some practical steps, techniques, and case studies? Now, before we jump into the question, right? Well, apparently right now we got people saying hi to you. Well, many coming here, right? So we got Joseph Kong saying hi, boss. Eddie Idris saying new norm, all right? Tasmanian saying hello, and Henry saying Suda, a lot of exclamation mark. A lot of supporters that you have. Henry is here. Okay, all right. So right now, yep. So my question, let me just repeat this one more time, just in case. And so my question to you would be, how appointments and sales can be made online? Do you have some case study, practical steps that for you to share? Now, I know this one is like something that you'll be preparing, right? So me and Lauren's gonna excuse ourselves from the studio. We're gonna give you the prime time, share with us some practical steps on how to do so. Okay, Sudha?
Okay, cool, Ken.
All right. So we're gonna excuse ourselves. Okay.
Okay, cool. So before I start sharing on some tips, let me just give you a simple disclaimer. Whatever I'm sharing now may not be the right fit for everyone. So it may work for you or may not work for you. But again, I'm just doing this to add some value to the society. So I hope it really helps you all. So first and foremost, when you're looking into doing sales online, especially insurance, it's something new. It's a new norm. I mean, it's something which I have not done before. So there are a few things that you have to consider before you engage yourself into this kind of activity. So I'm going to break it down into a few areas so that you can get a better idea or a rough idea how it can be done. First and foremost, you need to ensure that your environment, your settings, your setup are proper. So when I mean environment setting setup, you need to have a proper internet connection. Do not use your phone as hotspot. Then you're going to do a Zoom call. Don't. If possible, try not to use your phone to do your calls. When I mention call, the platform which I'm using now is Zoom. I'm not saying Zoom is the best, but you always can use Google Hangout. But Zoom has been always working for me. So you need to ensure that you have a proper tool, which is either an iPad or maybe a laptop or maybe a MacBook or whatever you prefer. Because you want to ensure that you have a proper tool that you want to use to communicate. Third, always ensure the environment that you are presenting is controlled in a manner where there's no extra noise. So if you have kids, you want to ensure your kids are sleeping or playing or in a separate room. Preferably, if you can, position yourself so that there's a wall at the back of you. You don't want to have a door at the back of you in case someone just budge in and then disturb the entire conversation. Or you don't want to have a window. So try not to have that kind of setting so that you want to ensure that everything is within your control. So that's because you want to have the area of control is within you. So that's one thing. Your setting is very, very, very important. Try to find a place which is very comfortable. Try not to do Zoom call while lying down on sofa or on your bed. It's very rude. Don't. Because you want to honor. When I say honor that, your prospect, the people that have accepted your invitation, they're actually allocating their time. So please respect their time. If you don't respect their time, it's very, very rude. So it's very important that your environment setup is set proper so you can deliver the message. So that's first. Second, now the question is, who are you going to approach? So this is a very important thing to understand, and you need to look into this in a very tactical approach. When I say who, you always want to have a list of people that you want to approach. The best I would recommend is that look into your phone contacts. So when you say look into your phone contacts, you want to look into whoever that in your phone book, and from there you want to ensure that these are the people that you want to approach. There's a very interesting tool, a very quick tool that you can use, which I'll recommend to you all now, is called MC. M for Malaysia, C for China, backup, BACKUP. It's a simple tool where you can extract your contacts into an Excel file. So the reason why you want to do that is because you want to ensure your contacts that you have in your phone book is in a platform or in Excel which you can do sorting. When I say sorting, means you want to sort the people that you know so that you want to know what approach to use. So the sorting is super important because in your contact, you're going to have your existing clients, your family, your friends, people that you know, and etc. So the first thing that you want to do is that categorize or sort your clients first. So you want to know, so you're going to use Excel, so you sort all your clients. So you want to ensure that clients, you know who your clients are. If you don't know your client, then something's wrong. Second, you want to sort out the people that your close friends. When I say your close friend means people are very close to you. So if you're going to, let's say you're going to throw a birthday party tomorrow, yeah, so that would be the people who is very, very close to you. Third, you could also categorize them into an area where these are people which know that you are in the ancient business. So I mean, these people know that you are actively in the ancient business and doing the business. So they are aware that you're an ancient agent. The last category would be the people that they don't know that you're doing insurance. So this is four main, I would say, sorting method which you can use so that you know that what you're going to do with them. With them. And again, it may not be this, it could also create a few lists. So the whole idea here is that you want to ensure that you have a reservoir, your bullets, or who you're going to talk to. If you don't have that, then there's no point. You can do a perfect presentation, but if you've got no one to talk to, then it's going to be a waste of time. So when you've already done that sorting, that's where you need to look into how you're going to approach them. So it's if it's an existing client, then I think it's pretty easy to get an appointment. When I say get an appointment for existing client, I'm pretty sure your clients are okay to meet you. And now, to get people into the online platform, okay, this is where you need to be very cautious. So when you really prepare the four categories, second thing that you want to do is that from the four categories, shortlist them into another two categories, which is who would be receptive enough, or you feel that they will be saying okay for online Zoom call or online chat, most likely Zoom. And the second would be who you assume that they may not prefer this. So one category of people which I know will not prefer to go into online platform or Zoom call, maybe someone who's age 50, 60 or 70. That's my wild guess, but again, I'm not discriminating them, but most likely uncle and auntie may not be very comfortable to go into Zoom call. They may not be tech savvy. So you can actually classify the four categories of them into these two areas. So one who you feel would say okay for Zoom call. Second, who you assume may not say, or they would not accept, or they just don't like the idea of doing Zoom call. Now, again, this is also tricky, but again, you just have to use your own feeling, your own hunch, and assume that they are going to say yes. So for the first category of people which you assume are going to say yes, who are they? Now, I'll give you some idea. Most people in the employment world who are working in a big MNCs, they would be doing a lot of teleconferencing, for teleconferencing meeting or video conferencing meeting. People like in the IT industry, when I say IT, I'm referring to companies which are MNC, which have they have teams across the world. So these are people who are already used to the environment of doing teleconferencing. So look into this kind of people. People, especially the IT industry, manufacturing, maybe banking, or there are a lot of industries here doing this. Because if you don't talk to someone who have never practiced this, for them it's going to be a no. They will definitely say no lah, I'm not comfortable. These kind of things. But if you know the person has been always using teleconferencing at work, at a working environment, so for them it's okay. Like IT guys, a lot of IT people that I know, they always do teleconferencing, they work from home. For some people, working from home is like second nature. So these are people that you want to classify. So then you already know that you already have people who's going to say yes. You're assuming they're going to say yes based on their work environment and whether they're tech savvy, the age group, and etc. The second category that they most likely going to say no. So I would recommend focus on this. This is something you're going to do maybe post-COVID or later on. So now you want to bring these people, and how you want to get that appointment. So now to get that appointment, do not try to get the appointment for you to sell insurance. Don't. You want to get appointment so that you want to add value to them. When you say add value, have simple chat, talk to them, and just say, let's catch up. So why I say it's very important, because if you want to get an appointment just for the sake of doing sales, then it's going to be super challenging to get them to accept. So that's why you always must have this clear mindset that, or your mind should be crystal clear in a way that you're looking into how can I add value to the people I'm going to talk to. So when you already know how you're going to add value, only then it's going to be more receptive. People are going to say yes. When you try to approach, hey, come now, I want to share to you something, some product I have, it may not work. It may not work. Because they know that you are there for the purpose to sell something. Again, yeah, don't get me wrong. Our role is to ensure that we deliver the product, deliver the message. But again, a lot of people are very conservative at this point of time. Conservative in the sense of spending. Their risk appetite will be different compared to before. So they're very cautious in what they want to do. So that's the reason why you want to ensure that you add value. When you want to add value to the people that you're going to talk to, they would be more receptive to say yes. So now you already have your so-called, you have already shortlisted the people that you want to approach. Now, do not go into making the arrangement to fix the Zoom call appointment yet. You want to, first and foremost, you want to test run. You want to try it out first. So for you to do a trial run, test run, I will highly recommend you to arrange Zoom calls with people that is very close to you, just for the sake of just chit chat. So this could be your close friends, your uni mate, or your teh tarik gang, or your kaki bola, your kaki punching, whatever, doesn't matter. Just say, hey guys, let's meet up, let's do a Zoom call just to chit chat. The reason why I'm saying so is because, again, this is what I've tried and it worked. You want to get used to the environment of calling, talking to people over Zoom, and what you want to get familiar with would be the ethics. When I say ethics, right, first you want to ensure the setting is correct. Second, you want to, because it's not easy, you want to ensure that, okay, when someone's talking, you don't want to interrupt that conversation. So it takes some skills to learn that part, especially when it's online. There could be some kind of lag, and sometimes if everyone's speaker is on, then you're going to have some kind of interference. So to ensure everyone mute their speakers and mic. So this are your training ground, because these are people that you know. I mean, it doesn't matter if it goes haywire, because you are just there to chat. So you use that as a training ground. Maybe you can do 5 or 10 Zoom calls. Just get familiar with the whole idea, how Zoom function, the functions, options you have. Get used to it. And Zoom also have a function which you can record. So maybe you want to record the conversation you had and then play back. So then you can watch people's behavior. So that is where you need to, that's where your training ground is, because you're going to understand people's behavior. So people are not used to this, so you want to ensure that you get familiar with that. So when you really try that out, then the next step is to go back to your shortlisted category and then start fixing appointments. Okay, again, I will not be able to give you the best recipe, but as long as you are being truthful, honest, and you're willing to go there, I mean, you're willing to add a value, you will be able to get appointment. Will you be successful all the time? No, definitely no. But again, you'll never know if you never try. So you must constantly do that to ensure that at the beginning of the first 2 weeks of MCO, it was a bit struggle for me, because people always thought, people thought that it's only 2 weeks, things going back to normal. After that, when it got extended, then eventually people came to the realization that you need to do things remotely. So it's definitely going to be a struggle at the beginning, but eventually if you get a hang of it, it's going to be easy. And the part of getting appointments, you need to call them and share your intention. So if it's an existing client, it's pretty straightforward. You only can say that, hey, as your agent, let me do my duty to update you the current happenings in the insurance industry and also refresh you with your existing coverage. And most clients will say yes. So use that opportunity. Don't sell them. Add value. Educate them what's happening in the industry. Tell them what are things, how is it, how your insurance policy is covering COVID, those kind of features. Make them understand. Then do a follow-up Zoom call. I do not sell on the first attempt. My first Zoom call, I do not sell on the first attempt. I always bring it for a second Zoom call. But I want to ensure that I'm there to add value, not for the sake of just selling them or upselling them. So your existing clients is pretty straightforward. Then next category would be people that know you are in the industry, but not a client yet. So you can use the same approach. You can call them, look here, hey, you already know I'm in the insurance industry. Why not? We meet up over Zoom. Let me share whatever I do. And I'm not going to force you to buy anything, but it's a good piece of information that you may gain from me. Are you okay to do Zoom call? And a lot of people will say okay if your intention is just to share something. And then the people that don't know you in the insurance industry is a little bit tricky. You can use the same approach like I shared earlier. Again, I don't have the best recipe, but whatever I shared to you earlier has worked for me and for my team. So I only can share whatever I've done. Other than that, the closing ratio also is another big topic because you cannot expect that your closing ratio is going to be the same with respect to how it was before COVID or lockdown. Cannot. You may need to attempt more times to close. And even to close, try not to, because you see, your intention to get that Zoom call is mainly to give the awareness. They may not take action immediately because I do believe in this thing whereby most Malaysians will fall into three categories. First category would be those responsible enough will take action immediately. And we don't know who are they. Second category would be those are responsible but may take action later. The decision making would be slower. We also don't know who are they. The last category would be those people who don't want to take action at all. We also don't know who are they. So it's difficult for you to just look into your phone book and be a fortune teller and say that, okay, I know this is going to buy. No, you can't. So you have to meet, talk. And it's going to be a challenging process. Trust me, it's not going to be straightforward because delivering your message over online is going to be challenging, but it's doable. If possible, have a slide, a deck. Not too many slides. 5 slides maybe. And also your slides should not have too many words, maybe some kind of pictures, images, because human mind, brain are more attracted to images. And give it a try. Like the slide which I have now is already towards revision G. When I say G means I started with revision A, B, C, and already revision G. So it means that eventually your slide will evolve because you're already fine-tuning it based on the number of Zoom calls that you're doing. So you come to a point where you already have a slide which is near to perfect, may not be near to perfect. That's what you're going to use because when you want to talk to someone, it's much more easier to attract their attention with a material. Slides would be the easiest. So use that slides to guide them. And also, always ensure that your discussion, your presentation, there's a feedback, or I would say there's a Q&A. Do not just deliver. You end up losing whatever you're going to deliver. Always get feedback. So say, do you think insurance is important? Why do you say so? Always ask the question why. So you want to get interaction because it's like I said earlier, trying to do sales over online platform is very new. There you need to give a try. So whatever sales techniques that you've been using before this, you can apply here. But will it work 100%? I cannot guarantee you that. I cannot guarantee. But which method is going to work, you need to give a try. So that's why you use the slides to get their attention and pitch the idea. So if you do all this on a frequent basis, then it's going to be a norm. Eventually, you know what you need to deliver. So this would be some useful tips. Again, it's a very complex topic. I mean, if I'm going to talk about it, it's going to take at least a day. But I'm just trying to summarize everything into maybe this 1 hour to give you all whatever I can give. So let me do a quick recap. First, always ensure your environment, your setup is proper. Second, get hold of your contacts. You know, you can even be your Facebook contacts, preferably your phone contacts. When you already have your contacts, sort them accordingly, because you want to know which approach you're going to use. When you already sort them, test run first. Test run the people which are very close with you. So you get a habit, oh, this is how Zoom works, and the mistakes they're going to do. Fix the mistakes there. But when I say test run, you're not talking about insurance, you're just talking chit-chat. Borak-borak kosong. You know? When you go lepak with your friends, just talk about that. Catch up with whatever you've been doing before this. Then when you go to live, when you're going to really do it, give it a try. You will find it very odd at the beginning, but if you attempt a few times, you will definitely be able to get the flow. If possible, use some slides. I mean, that would be a good guide for you all. Prepare, always prepare. Do not just walk into the appointment assuming it's going to be normal. No, prepare yourself. So if you do all these things, I believe it should be able to assist you. So whatever I just shared to you all is something which I've practiced. Some of my team members are practicing and they're seeing results. Will it be able to copy and paste into your current environment, your work style? I don't know, but give it a try. If you can improvise it, please do. I mean, there's never a perfect, ideal recipe for you to do this. But I hope whatever I shared gives you some little bit of idea or starting point for you to look into it. Yeah, so pretty much that is what I can share at this point of time. Unless Lawrence and Wesley have some other questions for me to, or they want me to elaborate further. Lawrence and Wesley.
All right, so we're back. Thank you very much, Sudha, for sharing that tips, sorting, putting into receptivity, go and try a borak kosong with your friend, and go and test on your slides, right? I believe these are very practical steps. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for being vulnerable. I know these are maybe some tips and tricks that you've been doing with you and your team. I really want to thank you for sharing this. Now, so in the time when you're speaking, I was observing the comments. So we have some people saying hi to you. Kelly saying hi to you, Sudha.
Hi, Kelly.
Kelly is here saying hi to you. I think we have somebody from your team. Not too sure is it from your team. We have Don Nazar say, I love you, Sudha.
Hey Don.
Don, and Susan give you a smiley face. All right, good. Okay, so I do have some follow-up questions. So my question is, so based on your experience, right, Sudha, in terms of sales appointment, only in terms of the sales appointment, whereby your first and your second Zoom call, how is that different when you do it online, and how would that be different if you do it face to face?
Okay. It comes to one thing: the effectiveness of the delivery. Okay, because you see, we are so used to meeting and talking over coffee. So, is there a difference in the way I deliver? Yes, because I always have this thought process: is the message been delivered? Because it's very difficult, because of course I can see the facial reaction, I can see, but again, you only have this feeling that this person listening or not, or this guy dreaming. But again, this is area out of control. The area of control is you deliver your message. But if you don't want it, you cannot assume that everyone that you deliver the message may not listen to you or accept the idea. So it's very difficult. So I go with the basis of try, then have the data, numbers to justify whether whatever I'm doing makes sense or not, whether it's effective or not. And yeah, it is definitely not as effective as meeting people face to face. That's for sure. That's for sure.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing that. And so in the meantime, when you're saying about this, we have Kelly saying hi to you as well. Kelly saying hi to you, Sudha.
Hi, Kelly.
Okay, and so interesting. But one thing I like about what you say was try first, then only got the data. Which I like this spirit of yours, which I think that represents who you are. You go and do first, then you go and think later, right? I think it's taking action is very important. So my next question to you is, so you spoke a very interesting thing about the first Zoom call, which I like the idea. Share, don't sell, just educate them. So my next curious question: if let's say today I'm meeting you for the very first time, so what do end users need to be aware in terms of COVID-19 protection coverage? So what do you think that we should know about this COVID-19 protection?
Okay, this was the most frequently asked question for my client. I've been getting a lot of WhatsApp calls, WhatsApp messages. Rest assured that your COVID is covered. I mean, again, you need to understand that this doesn't make sense that for one insurance company is going to say, I don't cover COVID and the rest cover. So in Malaysia, we are very fortunate that all insurance companies are covering for COVID. But again, you need to ensure that the insurance that you purchase is a correct insurance or you bought it correctly. I'll give you an example. If you purchase a policy just covers personal accident, and you're going to come back to me and ask me, hey, will my hospitalization cover COVID? Of course, no lah. Correct? So you need to understand what exactly you purchased. And you want to ensure that you bought it correctly. When I say correctly, it's because a lot of people in Malaysia really don't understand the correct method of buying insurance. The beauty part with Boost Consulting is that we are a core believer in insurance as protection tool. We don't look insurance as an investment or saving tool. So as long as you have bought insurance as a protection tool, you will be able to claim whatever claim that you want to claim out of COVID. So you're safe. But if you have bought something not focusing on protection, then you are in a very, very, very big problem in the future.
All right. So thank you very much. I think one of the ways, so recommend them to look for their insurance advisors for them to get the review on that. Was that something that you would resonate? Go and talk to their insurance agent and just go and clarify with them.
Yeah, see, insurance is something that should evolve together with you. It's not that you bought a policy and then you pack it and keep in your cupboard and look into it when you have problem. No.
Correct.
So it's always healthy to revisit whatever you have. So like we make it a practice that we review, we make assessment at least 2 to 3 years once with a client, not for the sake of upselling, because you want to ensure that everything is proper. And most people end up forgetting whatever they purchase.
Yeah.
So you want to also give that clarity, because you don't want to come to an argument where, hey, I thought I had this, but actually you don't have. So making frequent assessment, audit, review on a insurance coverage is super important. But again, focus on a correct area as a protection tool. Mm-hmm. When you buy insurance as a protection tool, it can never go wrong.
Okay. So that's a good point. And and I could feel that you see with so much passion and so much you can never go wrong, which I think is a very good message. Here we have right now the comment. Just want to say hi. Okay, so Eddie Idris asked a question, which is what I'm going to ask next then. So why not ask you this question first, Sudha? So you told me that just now during the initial talk, just now during the start of this interview, and you said that you have like 15 to 16 team members that you are supervising them. So now on the perspective of being a leader like you right now, right? So how do you manage communication with your sales team, especially when they're working remotely now?
Okay. I do daily sync up call with the key people. And also my working experience before this has taught me that a lot of people are okay with teleconferencing. The reason why I'm saying so is because we used to run big scale projects, which goes in a range of millions in a value of project. But you have team members from various countries like China, with the people from China, Sweden, Finland, US. The only way they can get everyone together is by having video conferencing or teleconferencing. So the part of giving me the conviction that this thing works, I don't need to have the conviction because I already went through that environment. So I know that I can manage people, I can get things done remotely. So it's doable. I've done it before. So for me, it's not something new. I practice it. It's just now it's just an initial industry. So yeah, I mean I do have daily sync up call, which is working.
Yeah, I think this is very good. The same like how I actually treat my team in Prentice. We also do calls every morning, so that everybody is still in line. Everybody still not going crazy over staying at home. But that is getting the work done and getting things updated. My next question to you is this: how do you actually get them motivated? You see, people, they are close up for almost, I think today is the 50, I don't know what day, 6 or 55, 56 days.
I didn't count. Okay.
Yeah, I also did.
Very
I think I totally lost count. So how do you keep them motivated?
Okay, a very interesting question. My answer is going to be a little bit different. Um, Motivation is garbage. Quoted by Mel Robbins. Okay. Now, um, motivation was never there when you really need it. So means at the point of when you really hit a wall, it was never there. And you see, our brain is been wired in a way where, or it's been designed in a way that it is not designed to do the things that you're not uncomfortable or something which is difficult or crazy.
Hmm.
So our brain was never designed that. So means it's so for me, when I look into motivation, it's basically you need to understand what's your motive and you must have action.
Hmm.
This is super important. If you don't understand your motive, then you are not really doing what it should. A lot of people who are motivated, a lot of people who are energetic, very gung-ho, excited, are people who have crystal clear motive in what they want to do. If you don't have that clear motive, you can give thousand motivation talk also. It may not be able to drive them. So again, motivation should be motive with action. Only then it creates. So I always share this to the people which I'm working close with is that what's the motive? What's the motive in doing this business? Like we in Boost Consulting, our motive is very simple. We want to ensure that we educate Malaysians on a proper way of buying insurance. At the same time, show them an environment or a business platform which can create a legacy income for you. So if you already know that information, you already know that is your intention, your motive, then I don't see a person need to be motivated. So again, I mean, I know the response which I gave is a bit odd, which I mentioned motivation is garbage, but again, this is my core belief. Uh, so I hope it explains how I motivate my guys.
Yeah, I think this is very, 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 very good, and I think you are very aligned with Wesley, right? So he's always sharing the same idea about clarity, being very clear about what are your motives. I think this is very important because sometimes, as leaders, we also need to bring clarity to our team, need to actually guide them on exactly how we work on things. I think this is a very good answer. So motivation is actually, you need to know your motive and you take action. I think this is fantastic. Wesley, over to you.
Yeah, I like that part when you say motivation is garbage. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, I'm quoting this by
Mel
Mel
Robbins.
Robbins.
Yeah, Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins with the five seconds of
Yes,
ease.
correct. 5 seconds rule. Yeah, yeah, it's
Correct,
pretty
5
good.
seconds. Yeah, good. Okay, so come to this point, which I totally resonate. Motivation is insufficient. I think that we need to be like having a motive is very important. Now, speaking of which motive, we have somebody who's here. So Yen say, "Well said, Sudha." Give you 3 thumbs
Thanks.
up. All right, and so Eddie asked a question to you. I'm going to take this question from Eddie Idris, posted to Sudha. So, if your business partner need your help to do an appointment, how do you do that?
At this lockdown period, is that a question? Or I assume
Uh,
it's during the lockdown period.
yeah.
How do I do that? I mean, Zoom call. So it's okay. I mean, again, sometimes some of my Zoom calls, I do have an observer. Okay. Now, when I say I do have an observer, it's someone which I'm working closely with. The reason why the observer is there is to ensure that towards after I've completed my Zoom call, I want to get feedback from the observer. Because if there's no feedback loop going into what I'm presenting, eventually I'm delivering garbage. So so the observer is always there. So again, how do I help my downline? Zoom call. I don't mind presenting. I mean the beauty, again, the beauty part of Boost consulting business model is that we do focus more on joint field work. So I can do the presentation for my downline. It's okay because we believe that you only learn by live demo. It's never about training. Classroom will never help you to become a good salesman. So yeah, I mean, I do Zoom call for most of my partners.
Good. So I hope that Eddie say yes. Totally right. It's during the lockdown, so thank you for answering to that. And I like the crystal clear answer where it's about helping people to grow, which is actually symbolizing what you really believe in. Thank you very much for that, Sudha. Interesting comments coming in. I just want to read some of them. Megat Elias say, "When I grow, I want to be like you."
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. Eddie saying yeah, and Eddie saying nice. Eddie Idris saying nice to you, Sudha.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. All right, and for those of you here, in case you have any questions here, we can help you to address to Sudha since he's here, right here, to share with you some tips and tricks to converting offline to online in terms of a sales appointment, right? Okay, so any one of you have any questions, feel free to do so. And again, if you have found this beneficial, useful, yeah, give us your yes, give us support, give your sense of love to Sudha so that you'll be watching and benefiting so far from this. Now, while we are waiting for questions to come, if there is, Sudha, so based on whatever that you share, do you have any final advice to all salespeople out there?
Don't beat yourself too much because it's 2 months, almost 2 or close to 3 months in an environment which totally new, unprecedented.
Yeah.
So if you want to assume that you should be performing as how it was before, you're actually beating yourself. You will make mistakes. You will definitely make mistakes. But again, you learn through mistake. And the key word here is that you have to adapt. Adaptation is very important. You have to find a way to adapt. If not, you will eventually lose out. And the last thing that I want to share to everyone is that keep calm and carry on.
Oh. I like that.
That's my daily mantra.
Nice. Yeah. Anything else that you want to share to them, Sudha? Keep calm and carry on business. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, keep doing it. I mean, is it going to be something permanent? We're not sure. Everyone is hoping that after June 9, it's going to be back to normal. I'm also hoping for that. So I'm just assuming this is just a temporary thing, but it's a very good exposure for a lot of people. So it means that if you're unable to adapt to this current environment now, it's most likely in the future you're going to struggle. So you need to find a way. Whenever your business comes into any challenges, you need to find a way to overcome it. That is what a survivor is. And again, a person who's going to find a way to overcome is a person who have the clear motive. So then it boils down into, are you really motivated in what you're going to do or not? So as long as you know there is always a solution for a problem. I'm a core believer in that. There's always a solution for a problem. You just need to find ways to fix it. So at this moment now with COVID, with this pandemic, we can't move around. For the insurance guys out there, like people like me as well, we just have to find a method. The method now is online sales. And good enough that insurance company are aligned with that. They're allowing to do remote sales. So the big obstacle is already taken off. So what are you waiting for? I don't see any reason why you're waiting for. Just try, give it a try.
Good. And I really like the spirit of yours, Sudha, when you say just give it a try. The one who is more adaptive will win the game. And once you say that, Stephen who's here, Stephen give you sign of agreement to you.
Okay, that's nice.
And we got one Mama Daniel say superb to you, Sudha.
Thanks, Daniel.
All right, good. Okay, so so in case any one of you have any questions, feel free to drop. Else, I have one last question from you, and I like this spirit of yours about just going there, and you mentioned about don't beat yourself. So my curious question is, how do you develop that mindset of moving forward? How do you keep yourself calm, especially in this crisis?
Oh, may look like a simple question, but actually it carries a lot of weightage. Mix with the right set of people.
Mm.
I think the person you are depends on the books that you read and who you're mingling with. So I do read a lot, and in fact, I'm enjoying this lockdown period. A lot of things which I can do. I read a lot. Um, Again, I do not have the best recipe. Each and everyone will have their own method. As long as you are with the correct set of people, will have a correct mindset, your growth is always there.
Mhm.
So read and keep yourself mixed with the right people. That is super important. Super important.
All right. So thank you very much for that, Sudas. Like make you the right people, and so I could tell from the way that you say with your eyes is full of conviction. All right, I want to thank you for your time, Sudha, and thank you so much for coming on the show. And again, every single time when we invite our guests here to a late night show, and they end up this like around 11 o'clock, I want to thank you for your time. All right, so Lawrence, you want to say anything?
Yeah, Sudha, thank you so much for spending your evening with us. And I actually enjoy listening to you because I think, Wesley, this we have to agree that Sudha actually brings a very good start to our volume 4.0 because his advice are very practical, very, very real. All right. Motivation is bullshit. I really like that. So, take action. You need to adapt. I think these are some of the things that sometimes you also our salespeople, our sales friends out there. Sometimes you just need to just do it. You just need to go ahead with it. You won't know what is right and wrong. That actually practically is also hopefully for my team who is listening. Thank you so much, Sudha, for spending your time with us. And I wish you all the best in Boost and together. Please, I think my brother is also learning and he's also adapting. And I think he has been also, I can see growth in him. So thank you so much for the leadership and thank you so much for your time this evening.
Yeah.
Oh.
Again, thanks for giving me the opportunity
Yeah,
to share. And don't worry, Lawrence. Henry is in good hands.
yeah. Mixed with the right people.
Yeah, don't worry about that. He's in a good hand and a good platform. He will definitely excel. He's already excelling. Don't worry about that. Hey,
Sure.
thanks, guys, again. So all the best. Stay
Yep.
safe and keep in touch.
All right, thank you. And just before we officially end, so Sudha, somebody saying to you, Stephen, meet the right people like you all. Thank you so much for you all. Right. So yep, Stephen got a thumbs up and a lot of other things like that. Joseph, sorry if I get your name wrong. Joseph Kong learned a lot from today's session.
Okay, Japet Kong. Okay.
Oh, Jepet, sorry, Jepet Kong is here. Thank you, Sudha. Kelly also here. Kelly also say thank you to you and say motive plus action. Cheers. And of course, Eddie Idris say thank you to you, Sudha. All right. Oh,
You're
so
welcome.
coming because Susan Mary, who's here. Thanks, Sudha. Good session. Give you a thumbs up and a call as well. All right. So you see, like a lot of supporters coming watching you, right? Okay. So, coming. Okay, one more. There's one more. Yan, thank you so much for very useful information to you. Okay.
Welcome.
All right. So
Thanks for
again, yeah, you want to say anything to your audience, Sudha?
Not really. Just stay safe. And also, I mean, yeah, one last point here. See, Jack Ma quoted this for year 2020. I think the most important thing is stay alive. So try your level best to stay alive because it's no joke. You may have goals, you may have some targets to hit. Maybe you want to lay low a bit and then try your level best to stay alive. But that is super important. So your business may not run if you're not around. So
Okay,
stay
thank
healthy
you.
and stay safe.
Thank you. That's a very nice one. When you say stay alive, I'm like, yeah, that's the most important thing, right? Thank you very much, Sudha, for that. Yeah, so thank you so much for those of you watching right there. And again, I really like this session here today. It's so practical, it's just simple to the point, and yet so effective. Thank you so much for being on the show again one more time, Sudha. All right, so now we have a tradition before we end. We'll take a group picture. So how to do is that you're going to look at the camera, and I will just take a snapshot from my side. Okay. Okay. So yep, we're going to do a peace sign like this. Okay. So ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much, Sudha. I really hope to see you in person someday after the MCO is
Yeah,
lifted.
definitely can. We can do coffee.
Get the copy. All right. So with that, I'm going to remove you from the from this broadcast studio as I have an announcements to make. All right. So with that, I'll catch up with you again, Sudha. Thank you one more time. For those of you here, if you have learned, benefited, send your love, send your thanks to Sudha, so you know they benefited today. All right. So one more time,
Thank you, Sudha.
Yeah, we're going to remove from our studio. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. All right. So now, Lawrence. So since it's exciting episode that we have here today, so Lawrence, do you want to say anything to the audience until now?
Yeah, I will leave the announcement to you. We have actually concluded on how are we going to do volume 4.0. But as I mentioned, and also how are we going to organize our late night show. So that to keep our audience excited and also to keep our audience noted of our schedule. I will leave the announcements to you. But I think actually Sudha has made a good start. I think he's one of the few speakers that is very practical and very straightforward, and is very. I think his advice are very simple, but yet you just need to take action. So I think that's all I want to say. It's a great session today, and to all our friends, our audience, thank you so much for joining us again. I really love that energy that you spend with even on my printers, and I see some of you in other platforms as well, continuously learning. So thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Lawrence. I'm going to remove you, and I'll be just doing some announcements. Okay, thank you very much for that. All right, so for those of you watching right now, I want to say thanks to your time. And just before we end, because some exciting news to share with you. So first, so right now, Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week, we've been doing so long, and right now we're going to launch Volume 4.0. All right, so upcoming soon, we're going to Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week Volume 4 as we continue to dedicate to share with you important tips and tricks to help you to create and break through your sales and marketing as well. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to do it 2 days once. Let me just repeat this one more time. 2 days once. Today is Thursday, so next one will be on Saturday at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Block your calendars, right? 2 days once, 10 p.m. We will have the late night show with Wesley and Lawrence. Continue to bring to you sales and marketing breakthrough week as well. So, and of course, any one of you here, if you wish to cover some additional materials that you think you really, there's some burning questions you want to ask, feel free to drop your suggestions to our inbox at My Priorities Facebook page. Now, just to do a very quick announcement right here is this. So basically, we continue to dedicate and to share with you in terms of more tips and tricks. So right now, we have an ebook which I've specially crafted during this MCO to help you to create breakthrough in your sales and marketing next upcoming 14 days. So instead of just motivation, this book will cover on practical, actionable strategies to help you to create breakthrough in your sales as well, in personal sales and online presence. So there you go. There's the tiny.cc/sales and marketing. I'd like to invite all of you here to grab a free copy of my ebook. How do you do so? Just take the URL, tiny.cc/sales and marketing, and they'll be directed. Then we're going to send you the ebook for absolutely free of charge. The next one is I would like to invite all of you here to also like and follow our work, our page here, My Priorities. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have LinkedIn, and of course, also we have upcoming right now on YouTube. So do follow our work, and I would appreciate you to subscribe and follow us to continue supporting us to benefit many more people out there. And the next thing is we also have our Telegram channel for our Yayasan Apprentice community. So as we continue to give you insights, updates, and information to help you make your right decision in business, in sales, and marketing as well. So I'd like to invite you to join us at t.me/myparentis. So these are some of the things that we would love to share with you. And again, stay tuned. 2 days from now on Saturday at 10 p.m., continue to deliver to you Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week Volume 4. With that, I want to wish all of you here, thank you for your time. Thanks for your continuous support, and I really hope to see all of you again on Saturday, 10 p.m. Lock your calendar. And with that, thank you. Signing off. Wesley Chan from My Apprentice. Bye bye.